You like?
Oh, Mr. Desmond, you startled me. I thought I was alone.
In this house? Never. Or there'd be the devil to pay.
It's the only way to keep the household help in line. I was frozen to that portrait. Jacques Eloi des Moons looks amazingly like you.
Oh, the genes jump around through the ages.
Could be the same man.
You're dead right. Well, have you had any breakfast yet?
No, but suddenly I'm famished for it. You joining me?
No, I've already had my second coffee. I think it's because I rise so early. I can never get enough fresh air. Mrs. Marshall would like to have some breakfast, Raxel.
And you, Master?
Not right away. No, I think I'll have a coffee later. I didn't want to disturb you. After all, your days of late have been disturbing ones.
I am indebted for Monsieur's concern.
We are equally indebted, Raxel. I to you, and you to me. May I recommend a specialty, something indigenous to Maljardin? Sliced papaya with lime juice?
Would old-fashioned orange juice seem unappreciative?
Oh, no, as long as you permit me to make certain that you're always well taken care of.
Mr. Desmond, you are so gallant, you should be that cavalier at the portrait.
You know, sometimes I think I am. Well, now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see to it that Raxel does not leave you unattended.
Raxel, will you ask my daughter to join me?
I'm not sure that she is awake.
I don't question that. Just tell Holly that she is going to have breakfast with her mother. Someday, when I ring... It was a mistake, Quito. You may go. Didn't you hear me?
Mademoiselle Holly will be with you shortly, madame.
Thank you, Raxel. I think I'd like some toast with my coffee.
And your daughter?
I haven't the slightest idea what her tastes are, nor any respect for them. Will Mrs. Desmond be down soon?
There is no Madame Desmond.
There was one. Has there been a separation or divorce?
No divorce. And they will never be separated. May I bring you some breakfast now, Mademoiselle Holly?
Just coffee, thanks.
Sleep well, dear?
Why the big act? No one's around.
It seems that even a little courtesy is beyond you.
Yeah, like consideration is beyond you.
You may not realize it, Holly, but you do need my help.
You? Help me? You're too wrapped up in yourself.
When you're 21, you're going to inherit an enormous responsibility.
You mean an enormous amount of money, don't you?
Well, isn't that a responsibility?
You've deprived me of both. How would I know?
A small fortune does not belong in the hands of a minor.
Yeah, well, when I'm of age, I'm going to spend what Dad left me on the best lawyer just to make sure it's not in your hands.
I shouldn't think you'd be interested at all in litigation, dear.
I couldn't care less about it.
Even about grand larceny?
Grand larceny? Mother, I think you flipped.
Item: 1 diamond and emerald clasp. Value approximately $3,500.
That much? All they would loan me was $200.
Well, I don't care what you got for it. You've still committed a crime.
Yeah. And you'd rat on me, wouldn't you? Just to get me in trouble and keep yourself in control.
Holly, you must understand that I'm doing this for your own good.
Look, I didn't take anything I didn't feel belonged to me. It is part of Dad's estate, which is soon going to be mine anyway.
When you are 21, which at present you are not.
If I ever get to be like you, I hope I don't make 21.
Well, at the rate you're going, perhaps that might be just as well.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'd like for us to have a more compatible relationship.
Sure. Me in jail and you in clover. All right. I borrowed that clasp. The pawn ticket you can have now. The 200 plus interest. The day I get my inheritance.
If you get it. Holly, you must understand you need protection from yourself.
Oh, no, Mrs. Marshall. All of you who come to this house are under my protection. Now, neither of you have had any breakfast. It's always better to argue on a full stomach. Well, come. This isn't the time of the Borgias. There's no poison here.
Except in the air.
Thank you, Raxel.
That's a fascinating ring you're wearing, Mr. Desmond. I can hardly keep my eyes from it.
Yes, it is captivating, isn't it?
Breathtaking. Is it a copy of the one in the portrait of your ancestor?
Copy? Oh, no more than the portrait's a copy. Both are originals.
Passed through the generations from... What was his name?
Oh, Jacques Eloi des Mondes. Well, he and I have many things in common, of which the least is jewelry.
My mother, jewelry is the most.
Watch your manners, Holly.
Oh, no, Mrs. Marshall. I'm sure your charming daughter was not being offensive. After all, for a pendant, a small jewel, even a brooch, kingdoms have fallen and fair ladies have been won.
Why is it the men in the Desmond family tend to marry so late in life?
Well, perhaps because, first of all, they want to live a rather full life. But true happiness is not in all of our destinies.
Raxel told me about your wife's death. I'm very sorry.
Is that how Raxel put it? That Erica is dead?
No. She said there was no Mrs. Desmond, but that you two were still together, so I drew my own conclusions. Do I precede myself?
Perhaps, Mrs. Marshall. Oh, well, why talk of sadness on such a lovely day as this? Ladies, thank you for your company. I hope to see you a little later. Perhaps we can take a tour of our gardens.
I'd love to.
There are plants here at Maljardin that grow nowhere else in the world. You wouldn't believe what the natives claim they do.
You seem to know what's going on here. Tell me, Is Erica Desmond alive or dead?
Why? You after his money, too?
Talk a will today? I bring a tribute. But there's a price for my gift. I must know why she is here. The mother, not the daughter. I know why she is here, because of a whim of Monsieur Desmond. If it was Monsieur Desmond when the whim took him over. But why did the mother follow the daughter? Just to be near her, you can sense her hatred. Oh, the child will have money soon, I know that. Even so, only Monsieur Forrest is allowed to visit Maljardin. Yet now we have Dr. Alison Carr and that artist that is going to paint Erica Desmond's portrait in death, with the very much alive Holly Marshall as a substitute model. If that cryo capsule is ever opened, or that paint portrait ever completed, our little mistress will still be dead. How can we make the master understand that? Oh, there's no use rubbing out the symbols, Quito. Who can read them but you and me? You must go to the island and find the conjure man. Why are you afraid? His magic is ours. He will not turn against you. He will help us. The curse of evil has been loosed on Maljardin. To crush it, we need the strength of the ever-powerful serpent, and you must go, Quito.
Tired?
Yeah.
How'd you like to spend a few years flat on your back painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Michelangelo, I'm not. And painting a dead woman is not my specialty.
Well, sitting for one isn't exactly mine either.
I just don't know how much longer I can stand this.
Tim, you just got started. Look, do we take 5 or do I sit here trying to look like a woman I never saw, dead or alive?
Let's take the 5. Or forever.
Sorry you came?
If I didn't, I might be dead too. Well, the loan shark, remember? But what gets me is why you stowed away to come over here.
It wasn't exactly a sentimental journey. And now that my mother's found me, sure wasn't a useful one.
Right back where you started, huh?
Eventually, I'm afraid.
Life's funny, huh? Just a bad imitation of art. Well, there's one consolation anyway. Even the best fake is exposed in time.
Yeah, but how much time?
Sometimes centuries.
All I've got is a couple days. Then my sainted mother will begin to wield her magic broom again.
Why is she doing this to you, Holly?
Money, money, money.
And because of that, you hate her?
Because of that, she hates me. Oh, Tim, that's why I had to bust out of Wesley House, which isn't exactly Wellesley. You know, when I got here, I thought I'd found paradise. But if I know my mother, she'll give it the old college try. Try to get me back under lock and key again.
Don't count on it. Here, take a look. Your mother a nature lover?
Mr. Desmond has money. That's why she's walking in the garden with him.
More than enough money to keep her here, wouldn't you say?
If he goes for her, he's out of his mind. Sometimes I think he is. Anyhow, he's got enough money.
More than she'd get out of me from my dad's will.
Then you wouldn't be surprised if she hung around here for a while.
Tim, if my mother's on a hot scent, I would be surprised if she didn't.
So, for the time being at least, you don't have to worry about Wesley House.
Big consolation.
Can of self-pity, Holly? There are people here in a lot worse predicament than you are.
Who? Name one.
Dr. Allison Carr, for one. She wants to leave this island and can't.
Tim, are you trying to say she's like a prisoner here?
I wouldn't be surprised if we all are.
You're either psychic or psychotic. Well, he wanted to take me back to the main island. I had to plead with him not to.
Ah, there we are. Well, is the canvas all finished, Tim?
We were just taking a break, sir.
Oh, well, back to position, Holly. I'd like to see this portrait of Erica in this lifetime.
Sure. I'm only a model working for room and board.
Holly, can't you show some graciousness to our host? I didn't exaggerate, as you must now realize.
Well, the good little bird is now back on her perch. Can't be that rebellious.
She's not a very good model either. Well, I can't use her for anything but position and play of light. Over the rest of it, I have to depend on my memory of your wife and that little sketch I made at the cafe.
Oh, that may not be necessary, Tim. Perhaps we can arrange to refresh your memory.
I don't understand, sir.
Well, a refresher course in the dearly departed.
But I barely knew your wife.
That's all right. Photographs, even a snapshot, descriptions. I'll help fill you in.
Thank you, but photographs in oil never really come to life. At least I don't know how to do it.
Well, you don't know until you've tried. Believe me, it can happen.
I love your confidence, Mr. Desmond, your drive and determination. Your wife was a very lucky woman.
Well, I am a very lucky man. I mean, just to be standing here. Death is always a tragedy, Tim. It's an unfortunate phrase, but a truism.
May I see the results of Tim's first day's labor?
Not until it's completed.
I may not be here that long.
Well, perhaps I can persuade you.
I'm afraid that's all for today. Hey, Holly, how about changing into something indecent? Let's go for a swim.
By some standards, I already am indecent.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to be 20 again and have nothing more to worry about than the prospect of becoming 25?
Well, even though I'm much older, I still feel young.
Oh, you don't look a day over 200.
You're close. Do you know, you nearly guessed my true age? Would it be presumptuous of me to say that you bring out the devil in me?
Now that's settled, Quito. You will go to the mainland and seek out the conjure-men. You will go to the French Leave Cafe, and then the abbot will tell you where you can find her father.
So early in the day, Mr. Desmond, for brandy.
I'd like you to call me by my first name.
Jean or Paul? You have two, you know.
Oh, now that is true. Well, let's say Jean-Paul. That way we don't slight either name.
And you must call me Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Oh, it's been a delightful afternoon. This is the first time in ages that I've even had a few moments to relax.
Well, I like to cherish all my moments.
And I, the memory of my happier ones. Oh, that was selfish. Your loss is even more recent than mine.
Your husband, Elizabeth?
I feel so sorry for men. They can feel grief, but they're not allowed to weep.
A hand like that, as beautiful as that, should never wipe away a tear.
You're so kind.
Until later?
Beautiful act, but so completely phony.
Eric, what is he doing to me? What am I doing when he enters my soul and possesses it? Jacques Eloi des Mondes! Oh, God, my darling, I pray that you know when he is in my being, that it is he, not I, that poisons the air. Did I say pray? I that denied God by denying you a Christian burial. Oh, Eric, I can't bear to hurt you, yet more and more of the time I am not my own life, but a camouflage for the devil.